'Cause real men shave. Real men shave their faces. Real men shave their faces.
Good morning, Stevie Daily Shaver. This morning some mahogany from Ginger's garden. And you may notice that my usual zing, vim and fire is suffering a bit of a meh. I've got a cold. It's just a plain old-fashioned, run-of-the-mill cold. So what's happened? Well, I'm still waiting for the refund to go through on my credit card for the Claymore. Cheesed them off. I know I cheesed them off. Not least of all, to test there, we'll post a 1-star review. You know what I did? I posted a 1-star review. That's a bit of a shit thing to do. But let's be honest, you know, fit and finish on mine. It wiggled and jiggled and rattled and bit me, and I figured, you know, if all the others were going to be 5-star, I would put 1 star. Just so people knew that, you know. Now, he probably could have gone through and posted me another 1 or 2 until he got it right. Interesting scent, the mahogany. I had to re-glue my bore knot. So hopefully, I'll wind up with a nice leather. Now, I don't deliberately set out to annoy people, and when you tell them that their product, ain't so good, I get that they get upset. It was just a simple enough thing, you know, how is it possible? And people started contacting me on Facebook saying that they too had the same problem, that they'd already had it replaced or whatever, and most of them had flipped it. I was thinking, wow, so which of the single edges is worth it? For $185, you have the bamboo handled single edge from above the tie. Personally, the Colonial. At $60, the website's up, colonialrazors.com. That would shave a lot better if there was a blade in it. New stock in October. I think they should allow pre-sales, so when they turn up, they're already pre-sold to ship out. Is it worth $60? Yes. Is it worth waiting on the hook? I don't know whether it's going to sell for $20. That could have been a very clever marketing trick, because I don't know how you could sell it for $20. To manufacture it, it would cost $20 to $30. So I don't see how there'd be any profit margin at that rate. Now, why am I okay with people making a profit? People who make a profit stay in business and they get to innovate and improve. I hate it when good products die for lack of dollars. I'm always okay with someone making a reasonable profit. What's reasonable? You gotta remember, there's a lot of other costs besides the actual manufacturing. You've got shipping, you've got overhead. Even a web store has data and coding. You've got to link it to a database, keep track of it for tax purposes. Oh yeah, they pay tax. So it's a good idea to always make sure that you're ahead. Now, some people are really good at it. So this morning, the Barbarossa TR1, really nice shaver. I was very fortunate to get in on the last of those before they were all gone. Here's something that we don't mention. There's a very good chance that some of the shaving gear that you've spent too much money on, particularly razors, are going to go up substantially in price. Now, I've been considering this for a while. I've seen it happen in watches, and I think shaving is another area that some razors are going to become good investments. You're going to go, well, I'm not going to pay $400 for something that sold for $60 or $100 a year ago. Okay, then they won't sell it to you. But I guarantee that in 12 months' time, some of the razors that I've got are going to be worth more than I paid for them. Particularly if it's a limited number that were made. It's always about limited numbers and them having a reputation for a good shaver. Now, you're going to go, well, I'd rather put my money into gold coins. Fair enough. Probably a good way to stack a percentage of your income is away in a hard asset. If all the digital markets disappeared tomorrow, the guy with a small amount of hard asset, gold or silver, is going to look like a very rich man very quickly. Now, I did not buy to make a profit, but if I make a profit, I'm okay with that. Particularly those people that are refurbishing vintage gear, I can see a lot of that doubling in price. Well, that is a good feeling. Makes up for the fact that I'm sitting here with tissues out of camera shot, have a Hillary Clinton coughing fit. Boy, you guys in America are getting some real oldies. Should have a rule. You got one saying a president can only have 2 terms. Why don't you have another rule that says a president has to be out of office by the time they turn 70? So worst case scenario, you'll have someone in their early 60s at the oldest running for office. You go, well, that's ageism? Too bad. Too bad. Who wants Nana Nat Hillary or even Trump falling asleep during, now I think Trump might stay awake. Not to say he'll make any better decisions in that state than an asleep Hillary would, but wow, what is it with this desire to have old people running? The world has gone connected 24/7. These people are like rolling out the dinosaurs. It's just baffling. Still, won't do any harm. Like I said, it really doesn't matter who becomes president of the United States because they really don't have much power. I'm going to get some nodium magnets, drill some holes and glue them in up high on the wood around the mirror, and I'm going to put the razor blades a bit further out of reach. They did post my 1-star review. Yeah, I know, bitch of a thing to do, but I wanted to find out if they'd post it. He says we don't vet. Now, by the way, I like it when someone posts a bad review. Don't get me wrong, I respect an online seller who allows all the points of view. People that won't post bad reviews, I've learnt to not trust them so much with my money. Unfortunately, having said that, I still managed to screw myself over. Some people are better than others to deal with. And the one time you know whether you're dealing with someone that you want to keep dealing with is when something goes wrong. Executive shaving themselves, I would buy from again in a heartbeat. 1, they responded promptly. 2, they acted promptly. 3, this is a bonus for me, they acted in my favour, that they've got a lot of good products. They were fantastic to deal with. They'll get over their hurt feelings. I'm friends with people that I've hurt their feelings, so I went, that's not good, that's got to improve. It all works out in the end. I've got to highly recommend executive shaving as people you can deal with. You don't know until something goes wrong. And on that score, that should be the takeaway lesson. When something went wrong, they dealt with it and they acted admirably. Even up to putting my 1-star crap review of their brand new single edge razor. Now, why'd I only give it 1 star? Because I've got to be honest, it probably deserved somewhere between 2 and 3. I deliberately gave it 1, so it stood out against all the others with 5 stars. Right? Because there are problems. Can you shave with it? Yes. Is it good to shave with? Yeah. I imagine if it was perfectly machined, it'd be great. And therein lies the problem of the process they're currently making this generation of razors with. Next generation? Who knows? Look, I'm Stevie Daily Shaver, wishing you all the best of shaves, and executive shaving, you're on my next order list before Christmas. I'm Stevie Daily Shaver. Good shaves and... oh, version 2 of the Claymore. Lighter. Better packed. Choice of handles. And even the cap, not just the handle, even the cap needs to lose some weight. Version 2, fix your fit and finish problems on the Claymore. I will add it on the shelf with all my other single edges because I think it deserves a spot on the shelf. It's just not quite there yet, but it can be. I'm Stevie Daily Shaver, wishing you all the best shaves. Good shaves. Good luck.
Bearded man, you think that you're so cool, but your face looks like a small marsupial.